Hi, this is Mrs. Clarke, back with an updated video for Math in Focus multiplication. After putting out the first video, we wanted to kind of narrow our focus to 3 specific ways that we have instructed multiplication in the classroom. And so what I'm going to demonstrate today is the 3 methods that our students should be choosing from to solve a multi-digit multiplication problem. The first method is going to look very similar to the way that we were taught, except we're going to be making sure that we emphasize the reasoning behind the placement of the numbers. And so this is the method that's probably chosen mostly by our students that have some previous multi-digit multiplication work in the past. So for this, we're going to solve it multiplying our 1s times the 1s and the 10s, and then multiplying our 10s times the 1s and the 10s. So I have 4 1s times 8 1s is 32. So I have 2 1s and 3 10s. Then I've got 4 times 2 10s, which is 8 10s, plus 3 more is 11. And so I have a total of 112 after multiplying with the first number. Then we move on to our 10s. And instead of just putting down a 0 right away, we want to make sure our students understand that this is 30 times 8, which gives us a total of 240. So that's where the 0 comes from. Then we have a 4 and a regrouped 2. So we have a total of 240. And then we've got our 30 times our 20, which gives us 600, plus 2 more is 800, and we get our second row of work with 840. So the emphasis here is don't just put down your 0 and just multiply single-digit numbers. Make sure you have an understanding of that place value. Then we add them together again, and we get a total of 952. So again, this way is mostly chosen by our students that have had that prior knowledge or have done some work with this type of multiplication before. Another method that has really worked well with some of our students that are seeing this for the first time is using the value of each number to solve their problem. So when they see this, they look and they know that they're using 4 1s and multiplying it by 8 1s. So they're using the value of that number to get an answer of 32. Then their next step is still going to be using those 4 1s, and this time they're not multiplying by 2, but they're multiplying by a 2 in the tens place, which is actually worth 20. And this is mental multiplication for them. They've really learned that that's going to be a basic fact of 2 times 4, which is 8, with 1 0 on the end. And so they have a total of 80 for that one. Then they're going to go on to the next value, which is not a 3, but in this case it's 30, because it is in the tens place. And that 30 is going to be multiplied by 8 1s, which gives us a total of 240. And then the final value that they're going to be multiplying is that 30 again, but this time times the 20 that is in the top number. And for this one, they do the 2 times 3 and get 6. See that there's 2 zeros in the problem, and so they can mentally multiply that. So there's a lot easier mental multiplication involved with this one, and not the hassle of the regrouping going on. That has led to less confusion with some of our students. And then we just add all of our totals together. So I have 2, 12, 13, 14, 15. Regroup that one. And then I have 9 here, and I have the same answer as I got in method 1. So then the final method that some of our students have been introduced was kind of a combination between both of these, the first 2 methods. And in one of the classrooms for sure, they knew how to multiply that 1-digit number. This, related back to previous multiplication work that we did this year. They were confident in how to do 28 times 4. And so we did that first row of multiplication the same way. That was 32. They were able to regroup. That was 8 plus 3 more, which is 11. The problem came with understanding about that 0 and getting thrown off in their place value. Down here, they weren't ready for method 1's way of doing it. So then they started using the values for this number off to the side. And they said, okay, I have to remember this is a 30. So this is 30 times 8, which is 240, and this is 30 times 20, which is going to be 600. And then they would add those together, and get 840, which is their second line of work. And then they could add and get the same one. So it really combined the two. They were comfortable regrouping that first number, but then they needed that off to the side work to visually see the value of the 3 that they were multiplying. And that led them to be able to easily put down their second line of work. So we really have come up with 3 methods. The students by this time should have really picked the one method that is easiest for them. That method is what they can stick with to multiply any multi-digit number that they encounter, whether it's on worksheets or on tests or review sheets and things like that. We're really encouraging our students to find that method that works and stick with that for less confusion. So hopefully this clears up some confusion at home as well. Check in with your student, see which method that they're working with, see if they can use it to solve some problems that you can give to them to encourage that development as well. So, thank you.